That's great.
I feel like a tracker to follow.
Yeah.
Well, Pat, give us an update. I mean, you obviously lost a fight in November because of the staph infection.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that like?
Man, that was a tough one. And actually, I had to pull out of a fight earlier that year for the same thing. So it was like, what is going on? You know, like I couldn't figure it out. And I like to chalk it up to the fact that Florida, I didn't mix with Florida. You know what I mean? So we since then we've relocated. We're in Denver now. So we've been training with Genesis and Jake Ramos up in Arvada, and things have been rolling pretty well now. But yeah, that MRSA thing was pretty crazy. Like all of a sudden I was like, why is my foot swollen? Why is my shin swollen? Like, I don't really remember kicking anybody's elbow, or you know what I mean? Like, I was just kind of like, this is kind of a mystery, and I was kind of like keeping an eye on it, but still training, and you know what I mean? Just kind of like keeping it a secret for a minute. And then I was like, dude, this is like, I'm like, something's really wrong here, you know? And I had to get IV antibiotics for like twice a day for almost 2 weeks, and it still didn't take it away. It was a rough one.
Did you ever have to have surgery on it at all, or is just the antibiotics end up working?
Yeah, the antibiotics ended up finally working. Like I think I was on like 6 antibiotics total, and they put me on one that, you know, was brand new, and it was, you know, $700 at the pharmacy. And I was like, okay, this better work. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a rough one. And then, you know, to not have a fight, not have a payday, and just be like, okay, got to get back to, you know, got to get healthy, and then pick up another fight. So it was a tough one.
I was gonna, I mean, not to delve too far into your personal finances, but I mean,
yeah.
how did that? I mean, you had to be pretty stressed out, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I mean, yeah, I've been, you know, since my whole, you know, kind of moving camps from California to Florida, and you know, I never actually moved fully to Florida, so I was, you know, just kind of taking flights back and forth, just like shelling out cash here and there, and I was just like, man, I need to fight. And but you know, I'm a thrifty guy. I like to clip the coupons. So like, you know, I made it okay, but I was like, it's time. I got to start getting ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, you ever start thinking like, I'm gonna have to start making coffee again? Or
yeah,
something, you
know? I know. And I was like, just bouncing around from buddy's place to buddy's place. I'm like, man, this is no way to live my life. You know, I gotta get myself established. So I think I'll get a place after this fight.
How'd you end up in Colorado?
Well, Coach Neil Melanson is, you know, he's been my guy for the past probably year and a half. And you know, when I left California, I looked him up, and we clicked really well. And you know, and all good things have happened since then. So you know, I've put together like 2 fights in a row wins, and like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, this is my guy. So we went there, but I was like, dude, listen, I can't live in Florida. Like, it's just, I'm a mountain guy. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't live this beach lifestyle down in down in Boca Raton. You know what I mean? So I was like, we gotta figure something out. So he just kind of like pointed his finger on the map. He's like, I think I'd like Colorado. I'm like, I think you would too, because I was like, I really like it there. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's a place I'll move. So that's pretty much how it came about. But yeah, but I, you know, just the way that the fight went, or you know, the timeline was, I still, you know, I was like, I'm not gonna move fully until things get settled. I don't need the stress of that. So I've just been kind of renting a place for a couple months. I'm still living out of my suitcase, and but I think after this, things will settle down.
You mentioned the 2-fight winning streak. I wonder, I mean, do you feel like you have momentum in the division right now, momentum in your career? Does it almost feel like with the delays, like you're starting over?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I was really excited that, you know, because they booked me pretty close after that fight, and I was like, yeah, let's go. You know, I want to keep this steam rolling, and you know, so the staph thing really threw me off, but it's only given me time to improve. And you know, during that camp, I started feeling really good. You know, just you have that confidence and you have that momentum. Everything really starts to come along. But you know, when you're an old man and you know you have to take 2 or 3 months off, it's probably not a bad thing, you know. So it was good. It was good to get me refreshed and then really get me refocused. Like, okay, I really need to get back into this. I really want this. So
Nice. And lastly for me, I mean, putting this matchup back together, was that important to you? I mean, this is the fight you lost. Did it matter to you, or?
yeah, I wanted this fight, you know, and I was like, I was bummed when they rebooked it, you know, and I was like, man, this is the fight I really wanted, because you know I've been training for it. You know, you go through a camp and you train specifically for a person. So I was, you know, at the time I was like, man, all that work is kind of lost, you know, but yeah, I was excited when we got it booked again. So.
As someone who worked at the Boca Raton Mall, I totally get it. For sure.
Man, I feel for you.
No, it's fine. You got to get through high school some way.
Yeah.
I asked Corey this. Usually when we see wrestlers versus wrestlers, it turns into a striking war. Is that something you're anticipating, looking forward to?
I mean, I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? And I know he prides himself on his striking. So, but I'm definitely. In the end of the day, I don't forget my wrestling roots,
right,
and
right.
you know I think that the threat of that sets up my striking, and then ultimately, yeah, I mean I want to take him down and grind him up a little bit. So
Perfect case scenario. Fight ends, you win. How does it happen?
you know, I really want a submission this fight.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Anything in particular you've been working on?
I got a couple tricks up my sleeve.
Okay.
Yeah, some brutal Melanson style stuff.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Is Corey's chin something you've been thinking about? He's had a couple hard fights in the last 3 or 4.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, there's definitely some areas that we're like, well, this could be a weakness for him. You know, so we're planning on that. But you know, I'm not putting all my chips on that fact. You know, because everybody's been dinged at this point, and you know, it's just kind of the way of the sport. Right. So yeah, I'm looking to pick up the win, however I can.
Last thing for me, how can I get a pair of those shoes?
Right, well, you got to reach out to my buddy that did them for me.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll hit you up on Twitter.
Yeah, hit him up on, I think Instagram is his main.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
so.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Because you
And he can put your face on it too.
No,
doesn't have to be mine.
One of yours, one of mine.
Okay, there you go. We can fight. We can fight each other. Yeah.
got a good Corey apparently. Because you guys both come from wrestling backgrounds, do you feel some type of pride in being able to take it to him on the ground in this fight?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think. I mean, everybody thinks of themselves as the best in their area or whatever. I feel like no matter what happens in this fight, I feel like I'm in good shape no matter where the fight goes. But yeah, for sure. You know, you got that old wrestling, like I gotta prove one for the old boys. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's it for us. Thank you.
Cool.
Given given the loss at that Anderson had at 217, were you surprised that the UFC put it back together now that he's off 2 losses? Is it something that you asked for? Or?
Yeah, I was surprised, and I mean, it wasn't. I kind of felt like, okay, like maybe we want to look for somebody, a little higher ranked or whatever. But when they offered it, I was like, yeah, I still, like I said, I've trained a bunch for this fight, and it's an ideal matchup for me.
Have you noticed a difference with the elevation out in Colorado?
Yeah, it took me a lot. I think just because I'm older, it took me a lot longer to acclimate to the altitude. But once I finally did, I was like, all right, I feel good now. I can't. But at the same time, like I can't stay away from home for too long now because I don't want to start all over again. I don't want this month and a half of like acclimation to happen again. But yeah, and now coming down to sea level, I'm like, ooh, yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Now, one more for me. DC obviously going up to fight Stipe. He's a guy you've had a history with, and obviously your debut. What are your thoughts on him going up? How do you think he's going to do?
I just given his history of wrestling heavyweights and big guys that I consider really, really tough, and not having a problem with them, and then he transitioned into fighting and fought some really big dudes and did really well. You know, threw guys around that you're just kind of like, whoa. So I really, I mean, and of course, Stipe's the man. You know what I mean? But I don't know, for some reason I just see Daniel just taking control of this. So, but you know, I don't bet. So. Don't listen to me. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All good. Thanks, guys.